Can immediately tell if you're the firstborn daughter and the oldest child just by your willingness to cry in front of other people. Like, if you are willing to go to extreme lengths to avoid crying in front of other people and to avoid being vulnerable in front of other people, you are the firstborn and you are the oldest daughter.
It has been said that a lot of the women who don't want to have kids are the oldest daughter. In this video, we're going to check out why oldest daughters are refusing to have kids. Hi guys, welcome and welcome back to my channel. My name is Omaomi, aka Petite Diva, and in this video we are discussing eldest daughter, oldest daughter syndrome. Now this video is all about the oldest daughter in the family and all the responsibility that she unknowingly has taken, and some of the decisions that being an oldest daughter or eldest daughter has made those women take in their adulthood. Now we're going to check out why some women who are the oldest daughter are saying they don't want to have kids. We're going to check out what some people deem as the characteristics of an oldest daughter, and then I'll come back to share my own thoughts. Now, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you are not yet subscribed and you like videos such as this, please consider subscribing by clicking on the red button that says subscribe. And don't forget to click on the bell notification icon by the side so that you're notified anytime I upload videos. Now, let's get into this video.
A couple of days ago, I made a video about being the eldest daughter, so what's known as the eldest daughter syndrome, and I wasn't expecting the reaction that I got in that video. If you haven't seen it, go watch it, but more than that, read through the comments. The video is about the mental load that the eldest daughter or the only daughter carries in families. This is amplified by if you are belonging to a marginalized community or if you are a child of immigrants. One of the most common comments that I got was something that really surprised me, actually. A lot of these eldest daughters or only daughters as adults chose not to have children. Choosing not to have children is a very, very stigmatized decision. That's not very common, even in Western societies. It's something that really gives that woman a feeling of otherness. And I say this as somebody who herself has chosen not to have children. And I also am the oldest daughter. So there's something for me to think about there. When I find any research on this, I'll definitely share it. But I wanted to take this opportunity to talk about how challenging it can be to be the eldest daughter and carry the mental load, be the family brain, as one of the comments said, to be parentified and adultified effectively at an early age, to not be given the opportunities to be a child and develop in that like norm pattern. So much so that when it comes for you to make a decision about having children, you are so overwhelmed by caretaking for all the people in your life. You can't even envision taking care of another being, let alone somebody who will be totally dependent on you. I thought this correlation was really interesting and definitely gave me something to think about. But if you are a woman who is choosing not to have children, tell me what your experience has been like, what making that decision has meant for you, what that experience has been like for you. I have been looking for a community for people who are choosing not to have children. It's definitely something that's really hard to find. So I'd love to hear your experiences as well. I thought this was a really great way that this topic came up. A lot of these eldest daughters or only daughters as adults chose not to have.
Eldest daughter here, first gen. Thank you for starting this conversation. Why don't you want to have kids? I've already had kids. They're called siblings. I already know what it's like to help someone with their homework. I already know what it's like to dress someone, put on their clothes in the morning. I already know what it's like to counsel and advice on where you're going to go to college, whether you should be in sports or not, how to navigate friendships, how to navigate breakups. I have siblings. I've already done all of these things. I've already had children. Why would I want to do that again just because they came from my own womb? Oh, well, you get to be there side by side when they go through some of the most important things in their lives. I already did with my brother and sister. I already did. Here are the important parts. when they transition from elementary to middle school, from middle school to high school, from high school to college, when they have their first girlfriend, when they get engaged, when they decide what college they're going to go to, when they have their first breakup, when they're starting to have sex. Been there already. I don't need to have my own kids to have these conversations. If you want to have kids because you want to have kids and you've always wanted to have kids, great. But if you're on the fence, or if you think that you want to have kids because everyone tells you that you're going to miss out on something, it's not that big of a deal. As an eldest daughter who has had pseudo children because they helped raise their siblings, it's not that big of a deal. Don't do it unless you absolutely, you will regret it every single day of your life, 100% of the time if you don't. I have a child-free life by choice, and every day it just reinforces that it's the best decision that I've ever made.
As the oldest child, I really don't think it's all that shocking that I don't want my own kids, because ever since I was 4 and 7, I literally raised my siblings. Like, not only did I watch them after school, I had to learn to make like soy sauce fried rice for them. Like, I remind them to brush their teeth before they go to bed. That's all the easy stuff, but you really like develop a weird attachment. I'm at my sister's college right now because I'm helping her move out, and I'm just sitting here waiting for her to get out of her last final. I really do feel like motherly sentiments, you know? Like, I'm in her dorm and I'm just so proud of her. Like, wow, she really created this life for herself. She like learned to cook and do the laundry, and it's just so sweet to witness how far she's come. Like, I literally feel like I raised her. So like, if I had my own kid, it would be like having to do this whole process again, and honestly, I don't want to. I did my job as the eldest daughter. I did my job as the older sister. I'm still having to do this job because my sister views me as her sugar daddy for some reason. But yeah, shout out to all the older sisters who have to play mothers.
I think the reason that oldest daughters are always kind of a little bit unhinged is because once they hit a certain age, they come into this realization that like, oh, I never was a kid. I never got to be a kid. I've always been the supporter of my parents, my siblings. I've never once just got to be a kid or like a person. And so if you know an oldest daughter or an oldest sibling, give them a hug and say thank you, because they're probably going through it, and they're constantly probably going through it. So give them a little kiss, a little side hug, you know, be kind to them.
I truly hope that every single woman experiences being spoiled by someone they love, but particularly firstborn daughters. A lot of them are givers through and through, and they spend so much of their life taking care of other people. So many firstborn daughters are thrust into a role of responsibility that they didn't even ask for, whether it's acting as if they're secondary parents to their siblings, whether it's being the breadwinner, whether it's being like the project manager of their family home. A lot of firstborn daughters feel like there's an imbalance in their relationships with other people. There's a lot of take and give, with them always being the givers and other people always being the takers. They don't often take from other people, they don't often ask for help, and they generally are very hyper independent. And it's not that they want to be, they just have to be. You obviously can't choose the family you're born into, and you can't change the past, but what you can have control over is the person you choose to partner with. And I pray and I pray and I pray that firstborn daughters in particular, all women, but firstborn daughters in particular, end up on the receiving end. They spend so much time playing the leadership role that they deserve to be babied sometimes. They deserve to be spoiled, they deserve to be taken care of, and they deserve to know what that feels like, because a lot of them don't know what it feels like. So to all my firstborn daughters listening, may you find someone who gives to you just as much, if not more, than you have given to everybody else. And if you're in a relationship with a firstborn daughter, please look after her, take care of her, do it softly, do it generously, do it frequently, because chances are this is the first time she has ever experienced that kind of dynamic.
As an eldest daughter, it's my fault. A lot of what I have experienced with dealing with people is my fault. I lacked boundaries. I am a reformed people pleaser. So I built a circle of people around me, friendships, whether platonic or romantic, familiar relationships, where people felt entitled to me, whether that's them being entitled to my energy, my time, my space, my resources, my money, entitlement to anything that they wanted from me. And oftentimes, a lot of them did not reciprocate what I gave to them. Always being supportive, always being a listening ear, always offering advice, always uplifting. None of that was returned to me, and it's my fault. So, on this journey of self discovery as an eldest daughter and discovering who I am outside of being of service to other people, I am holding myself accountable for the anger, the emotional burnout, the feeling unappreciated. And I am in a space where I cannot be of service to anyone.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but if you have an elder sister and she's bougie and she's a little like, kind of to herself, a little isolated from the family, just know she been through the trenches. Just know she wasn't bougie growing up because she had to go without for so long that she said, nah, when I grow up, never again. I'm never suffering like this again. And then just know like she's isolated because she had to hold down the fort for her whole life, that now she's taking back her peace, okay? So don't come for them eldest daughters, okay? We all in therapy.
The Dr. Michael Sheehan from the Foundation for Healthy Self-Esteem, doing a TikTok on how to spot an oldest daughter. I am 3 for 3 recently in the last week. 3 times I have said to an oldest daughter, I think you're an oldest daughter. Are you an oldest daughter? And 3 times I was correct. How do you spot an oldest daughter? She's the one in charge when nobody else is in charge. She's the one that takes over. She's the one that's the boss and doing it well because she's used to taking over. And she doesn't take any crap from anybody. She just does her job and gets it done. Oldest daughters are remarkable. They learn it in their families and they apply it to the world.
If you're the eldest first daughter and you're umming and ahhing about moving out, this is for people who can actually afford to do it in whatever capacity. I promise you that if you have a therapist, within 2 months of moving out, you won't need that therapist any longer. Literally, I'd say maybe 3 months after moving here, I ran out of things to talk to my therapist about. Like, I literally was drawing blanks. So, draw your conclusions.
Why do parents pretend to be in complete shock when the parentified eldest daughter decides that she doesn't want any kids and may not even actually want to be in a relationship for a really long time? What is so shocking about that? You have literally been dependent on your daughter since she was a little girl, since she was a kid. You got her over here worrying about bills, solving your marriage problems, keeping the other parents' moods in check, and you're shocked that this girl grows up to be an adult and is like, yeah, no, I don't think I have the emotional capacity to care about and take care of a child or even care and take care of another person. That's not shocking. That's bound to fucking happen.
You can immediately tell if you're the firstborn daughter and the oldest child just by your willingness to cry in front of other people. If you are willing to go to extreme lengths to avoid crying in front of other people and to avoid being vulnerable in front of other people, you are the firstborn and you are the oldest daughter. There is no way around that. That is just a fact. And if you're the kind of person that cries to your friends and uses your friends to help you work through situations, no shade. I wish I was more like that. That is perfectly valid and perfectly normal and perfectly good. But I literally cannot imagine. And so whenever people bring their problems to their friends and cry through it and work through it with other people, there's no way that you are the firstborn and you are the oldest girl. There's no way, because if both of those things are true, you avoid vulnerability at all cost. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. You said, I'll work it out myself. I will not bring anyone else down with this. I will not ask anyone any questions. I will work this out myself in my room. That's it. No one else is going to be involved in that process. And that just is the way that it is. It's just the firstborn daughter, only daughter, eldest daughter kind of thing. I don't know that this applies to the girls who are the only girl, but they have older brothers. I don't think that it actually applies to you, but it's the girls who are the oldest child and the girl. You know what I mean? Even if you're just the only girl, that's not enough. You have to be the oldest child and the girl. It has to be the girl, oldest child. If you know, you know.
Okay, so we've seen what women who are the oldest daughter have to say about why they don't want to have kids and what they've done as the oldest daughter. I would love to hear your own thoughts especially if you are an oldest daughter. What was your experience as a child? What is your experience now as an adult? Are there some things that you do that it's because of your experience as an oldest daughter? I would love to hear your own experience, so please leave your comments in the comment section. Now, I am the oldest daughter, granddaughter, from my mother's side. So I have like, I think 12 younger ones, including my sibling, as cousins and the rest. So my grandmother's side, because if you've been watching my videos, you know that my grandfather had several wives. So from my grandmother's side, I'm the oldest daughter, the first granddaughter, and the firstborn. Now, even though I might not have been really pressurized to act responsible for my cousins and the rest, but when I was growing up, there were some things that were done to me that were not done to my sibling. Now, because I'm the daughter, the first daughter, there are some things that they expected me to do, and with my sibling, they didn't expect that. Now, one of such incident was when we are going, I think it was secondary school. Yeah, secondary school. You're supposed to wash your socks. You're supposed to wash your uniform. Me, I would have done my own washing by maybe Saturday or Friday, and everything will be up and good by Monday that I'm supposed to go to school. My sibling would not have done that. And then, because like for the socks, it was unisex, and then they'll be expecting, oh, my sibling did not do the laundry. He didn't do his laundry, and he has dirty socks. Oh, yeah, the others giving you socks. And I'm like, no, because the way he wears the socks is somehow. And I'm like, no, I don't want to. But they were like, no, you're the daughter, you're the eldest, you're supposed to take care of your sibling, blah, blah, blah. And I think that has crept into my life as a eldest daughter, as the eldest granddaughter, that I now take it upon myself to take care of them, even if I'm having issues. The thing that I discovered last year was that I was putting myself last and putting a lot of other people first. And when I wanted to like just stop, and there were things that happened and I pushed back, and I was like, I did this, I did that, I did this. And then they were like, who sent you message? Who asked you? We didn't ask you. We didn't do this. But severally, either unknowingly or knowingly, they've asked and they've put pressure on me that I decided to push back on my own things just to help them with their own things. And I just discovered after my uncle died that I cannot continue to put other people before me. Like his death just sparked something in me. Like, no, you can't continue to always put other people first, and then you will not put yourself first. But the other people are putting themselves first, no matter what is going on. They don't care what is going on. Even with the death of a relative, they don't care. They will continue to put themselves first. And maybe when I'm saying that, oh, this is going on, and I don't think it would be nice for me to concentrate on my own dreams, on my own things when somebody is battling for their life or battling for something. And so I would put that thing that I want to do behind and think it's just nothing that is relevant, that let me focus on other people. And I saw that nobody is doing that. I was the only one doing that. In my own opinion, I was the only one doing that. So after his death, I was like, that is it. But it took me a while to actually be strict and be determined that I'm going to put myself first, until something happened earlier this year, and it was just like the nail in the coffin. I was like, okay, that is it. I know that I've been always putting other people first, but I'm going to stop it. And when I stopped it, there was a different reaction to me. It was obvious that a lot of people, because not only my family members, I was doing it for other people as my eldest daughter and the rest. I was doing it for other people, and I just noticed that a lot of the people that were attaching to me, once I decided I was going to restrict or stop a lot of the things that I was doing. There was this change in act and attitude. There was this change in the way they communicated with me because I was of no use anymore. They were obviously always attaching to me because they felt like I was useful in other ways. And when I stopped what I was being useful for, it was like there was no need for them to be associated with me, which doesn't bother me. In my own mind, I've always felt like I have to do everything myself. There was nobody that's going to like defend me or help me. So I've always been like that. So when I noticed the shift in interaction, it didn't bother me because I was already used to doing things myself. But because of that thought, because of that revelation, I just decided that it would always be me first, and the next are the people that are bothered with me whenever I don't even do anything. So I'm no more doing things for everybody. If you give to me, I will give to you. That's the way I am doing now. It's not a give to people nowadays. I want to be able to receive, even though I don't ask. I want to see if you have the initiative to actually give to me or give in any particular way. It might not be financial, but it's I don't want a case where it looks like you're just using me to achieve your own things, and if I'm not useful the way you think I'm supposed to be useful, then you back up for me. Anyway, that was what I discovered late last year, and I'm strongly with maintaining that decision of me first, but I'm standing on business, and I'm proud of myself for standing on business. And so I understand a lot of the things that the eldest daughters who are featured said. It can be very revealing and overwhelming at a point when you look back at all the things that you've done for other people and what was expected of you, and the mental load and the physical load and the financial load can be very overwhelming at a point. So if they are deciding that they don't want to continue it again or start all over again, I don't blame anybody, honestly, because moving out was one of the things that I wanted to do to break that over dependence that people have on me, or dependence that I feel like people have on me, or dependence I have on doing things for other people. And it has been quite opening, the things that I've discovered by moving out and just being on my own. And so I understand the reason why some others don't want to have kids, at least for now, or kids ever. Anyway, that is my own experience. That's my thought about this topic. I would love to hear what you think about it. Did you agree with anything that was said in the video? If you're an oldest daughter, what has been your experience? What has been the revelation that you've had about your life, the mental load that you've carried, the physical load you've carried, the financial load that you've carried? I would love to hear your own experience. So please leave your comments in the comment section so that we can get this discussion popping. Now, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you are not yet subscribed and you like videos such as this, please consider subscribing by clicking on the red button that says subscribe. And don't forget to click on the bell notification icon by the side so that you're notified anytime I upload videos. Now, with all that said, thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.